Hi guys and welcome back again. Actually going to cover something really interesting, but before that I'd like just to show this. Look at this thing. I went to a confectionery and last night and I bought this and I felt it was really funny, okay? The second I went into that shelf that had this and I saw it, I started laughing. The first thing that came to my mind was Gingerbread Man. This obviously is his obese brother. Face looks funny. Alright, in today's video, what I'm here to do is actually to teach you some very basic moves that you can learn in magic. Some things that, will kickstart you in your magic as a hobby or even a career. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because many people have been requesting to me, they have been saying that they want to learn some very basic magic, which will help them to see whether they really like magic as a performance, a hobby or whatsoever. Not only that, I believe that in the community out there, some people have this ideology that magic is related to spiritual things or so because they have seen probably Chris Angel cutting himself, pretending to be very gory, drawing his face and whatsoever. So I want to just expose a little bit of magic to you so that you can kind of like have a better understanding of what magic is, okay? Magicians in general of today's society, like I say today's society because it is no longer the days in history where some, not many, but some magicians like to act as very spiritual priests or people who have very godly powers, okay? I think today most magicians are out there just to entertain you. You see, it is just like the heart of a teacher. A teacher has the passion to see people or students improve in their studies and do well in their studies because studies to them probably is like a strong foundation that helps you out in your future, okay? So as magicians, we kind of like to see people smile. We just like to make people happy, okay? So the whole idea behind this whole thing is to help you to understand that magic is not about scaring people. It's not about spiritual thing, not about acting like, you are God. But magic is really to go out there to make people smile. Sometimes I've ever gone out and you see someone sad and you perform something and you see them smile. You cheer them up. And just that little smile, it kind of like changes whatever's in the mind. Okay, it helps them to suddenly realize that life could actually be interesting. There's so much more to life than just being depressed over a relationship or whatsoever. Okay, so that's the purpose of this video. I'm just going to go through some very basic stuff with you. I'll show you the performance first and then I'll teach you and how it works and we go on, okay? Now the first effect that I've always been performing, well basically let them choose a card. So the whole effect is like that, okay? You ask them choose any random card. You can be face down, you can just say stop anywhere. They choose a card, let's say this card, and they have a look at the card. Alright? Now then what you're going to do, this card remains in their hands and you say that as I dribble this deck down this way, I want you to just say stop anywhere. So they say stop. At the same time you ask them put their card here. So their card goes over here and you cover the stack up with whatever is left on top of the deck, okay? And then after that you cut the deck a few times. Now when they can also help you to cut the deck, it doesn't matter at all. Now when you're satisfied with all this cutting or whatsoever, all you need to do is to take the deck and look at it this way. And immediately, with the sense of psychological strength or whatever you want to say, with the ability to see what their fingerprint was or how they touched the card or what is the kind of mental image you get from them, their card is the 4 hearts. Okay, and this is a really simple effect which I really want to share with you, and let's get to it now. It's a very simple and old effect. In fact, it is so simple and old, I have not really been able to find it in magic books anymore. Okay, you probably find it online on some websites which teach really basic magic. Okay, but other than that, I don't find it anywhere. That's really simple. It works with a normal deck of cards. Okay, so basically, you let them shuffle the deck. It really doesn't matter. They can shuffle the deck. First, you let them shuffle the deck, and then after that, they can take the deck and just choose any one card of their liking. Okay. So, supposing this is their card, and I'm gonna have a look at it now, the King Spades, okay? Supposing this is their card, and they hold it. Okay, this is their card, King Spades, and they hold it. Now what you do is this, as you dribble down the deck this way, you dribble down the deck, and they call stop anywhere anywhere at all, okay? So they go and they say stop. Now what you do is this. As you point to them and tell them, I want you to put your card here. Now this is the view that you see from the front, right? I want you to put the card here. It looks very genuine. I'm looking at the stack and saying, I want you to put the card here, your card here. But what really happens is that very split moment, if I may actually turn the stack a little this way, you can see that this card is slightly slanted, right? And it is actually slanted towards me. So when I point and ask you, can you please put your card here? I can actually see that this is the Queen Spades, okay? And that's all I remember. That's all I need to know, Queen Spades. So you put your card here, and you know where we're going in the radio, right? I'm looking at the Queen Spades, but do not look at it like, you know, like as though it matters at all. Do not look this way, because I tell you, I have seen people do that. They say put the card here, and they look this way. Okay, it's very unnatural. Just put the card here, and look at how I look. Okay, I just put the card here. I just glance at it. My eyes actually just screen past. I see, okay, Queen Spades, and I look away. I don't even show that, you know, I'm still looking this way. Now, one of the tips is to actually keep this stack here, the one that is facing you. You want to make it kind of like at a certain degree. You do not want it to be straight up this way. It's very fake, right? It's like, can you please put a card here? Obviously, I'm looking at the card. You want it to be slanted this way, so it's like, can you please put the card here? I can see it's a Queen Spades. Okay, just slanted a little bit. Look at the degree. Just put the card down here. And best of all, after I look at this stack, okay, can you please put the card down here? I kind of like, okay, I'm going to exaggerate it now. Put your card here. I kind of like move my wrist down this way, so that to them, that split moment, it looks like as though I'm just doing this, okay? And it looks like I'm not even looking at the bottom of the card. So can you please put the card down here? Queen Spades, I know it's there. Their card is here. Queen Spade goes right on top of their card. And no matter how you cut the stack, the cards will remain together, okay? If you do not understand how this works, I'm going to show it to you. I've got here my Queen Spades on top of their selected card, right? And they're together, okay? And I'm going to hold it this way. And I'm going to cut the stack, and you'll see how these cards remain together no matter what happens, okay? So I cut the stack once, put it here. I can cut the stack twice, put it here. The cards always remain together, okay? It's not that easy to cut a stack with it being this way, but I'm just trying to show it to you. So that's how it looks like. And no matter what, or how you cut the stack, the cards are always together. So when I turn it around, the thing that comes to my mind, remember, is the card that you saw, which was the Queen Spades. So I'm looking up for the Queen Spades now. And once I find the Queen Spades, now do not reveal the card. You see, magic is, you know, like 70% or maybe 50% performance, 50% skill, that kind of thing, okay? So it depends on each magician, how they see it. But basically, there's a portion which is skill, and there's a portion which is performance, okay? So do not just go this way and say, okay, your card is this card. Then there's no magic behind it. It's just a technique. You just did something which you know, you remembered where the card was. The magic happens when you do it slowly. Take example, now you are the audience and I do this. I go through the stack and, you know, I'm having a bit of difficulty trying to find your card. Can you please think of your card? Just think of the suit. Okay, I'm getting it. Right, I got it. You see, the performance here is like as though I, as the magician, am trying to draw the information out of you. Well, there are certain performances in which this is important, where you really read something of the person. But, you know, this is not something which you really need to read it of the person, but you just have to act it through for this particular effect. Okay, so I go there, and I pull out the card, and I ask them, okay, now for the first time, what was your card? Okay, notice how I kind of like drag the suspense. I do not just say pull out and ta-da. Okay, no. What was your card? The King Spades? King Spades. Okay, notice also how I flip the card. I do not just go King Spades, King Spades. Okay, no. King Spades, I turn it around, okay? King Spades. And I show it, and I get ready for the applause. Okay, so this is one of the easiest effect. It is called find a card. No, pick a card, find a card. I always tell people that this is an effect called pick a card and find a card. And yeah, that's for this video. I hope you enjoy what you learn in this video, and you can just try out, go out and perform it to someone. Now it's very important, just an additional thing that I want to just add in. Never ever let anyone see that you're looking at this card, because that is the number one problem that I've seen many people get into trouble with. They kind of like just dribble down the deck and then they say, okay, look at this card. And it is so obvious, they're actually turning it to themselves. So just make it, look at this card please. Glance at it, that's it, enough. Okay? Now once you glanced at it, look away, put it down, card the stack once and then say, now can you please help me card the stack? They card it a few times. And that's it. Okay? So this is the effect card. Pick a card, find a card. I hope you enjoyed it. And do let me know if it works for you. Alright? Thank you.